Now I was told, yo bro, you gotta watch Daredevil. So I'm like, okay, bet. I get off work, I'm like, okay, let me check this little shit out. And I watched one episode, and I'm already hooked. And I'm pissed because why the fuck didn't y'all tell me about this shit sooner?
Look, this show right here is peak. And even if you already know why this show is peak, I'm still finna tell you why.
Cause off rip, this nigga Daredevil has one of the most traumatic backstories. But remember what I said about characters with tragic ass backstories.
Now imagine that you are a little kid and you find out that your mama Cardi B'd your father to conceive you. That's how you already know that you're destined for greatness. Every single dope fictional character always got some type of tragic or weird ass background story.
And bro, I was not lying, because if we rewind back in Daredevil's childhood, aka Matthew, whatever the fuck you wanna call him, off the rip, so much shit goes wrong so fast. First off, we gotta rewind this scene all the way back, because I want you to understand and feel exactly what I'm understanding and feeling while watching this scene for the first time. And off the rip, you got this random man pulling up to this crazy scene. I mean, it's just shit going on everywhere with no ambulance or cops. Whatever. While bro is pushing his way through the crowd just trying to get by, he sees a young boy on the ground, which it turns out to be a young little Daredevil. And while my dog is trying to figure out what the hell is going on, he's looking around his surroundings just trying to make light of the situation. Which turns out Matt saved this old man from getting ran over like the motherfucking granny off of the Wayans brothers. But while this old nigga is still alive and breathing, it unfortunately comes at the cost of my boy's Matt's vision, because this nigga somehow got chemical toxin shit all up in his eyes. And the man consulted him, which turns out to be his father, can't do shit. The only thing he can do is literally watch his son go blind in real time. Like, nigga, do you understand how fucked up of a feeling that is? That you are watching your born son, daughter, whoever the fuck, anybody that you can love, and all you can do is just watch them go blind and deteriorate right in front of your face. Like, bro, the only thing this kid could do was cry out to his pops, I can't see, I can't see, I can't see. Fast forward well into adulthood, Matt decides to go into the booth to confess his sins to the pastor. And you know, typically, when a character in fiction goes to confess their sins, they either done something crazy or they finna do something crazy.
I'm not seeking penance for what I've done, Father. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do.
That's not how this works. What exactly are you going to do?
My man, I will tell you exactly what he finna do. You got these bum niggas transporting these 3 girls for some money. While they're dragging the girls trying to get them inside the shipping containers, this bald-headed nigga, and of course it will be a bald nigga to say some wild ass shit like this, he tells them, ain't that bad, I got y'all some buckets to piss in. Like, wow bro, thank you so much. You're kidnapping me and your big reward is giving me a bucket to piss in. You know what, bro, fuck this nigga and fuck his bucket. I'd rather piss on the floor. Now of course in a situation like this, it makes sense why these girls are scared. But to add to their fear, bro tells all of them that if they start to scream, he's gonna tase them. So the girls start screaming and this bald nigga tases them. While these dudes are mentally tormenting these girls, you got this fat ass nigga just sitting here on this lawn chair eating this sandwich, burger, whatever the hell he eating, just watching this shit. Like, my nigga, I know you getting paid, but how can you just sit back and watch these girls get mentally tormented like this and just not give a fuck? But thank God, this big nigga not the only one watching these girls. Cause while they're in the container screaming like some damn seagulls, Daredevil decides to pop out. And he pops out with an interesting choice of outfits, to say the least. But I ain't gonna lie, most superheroes' first outfits are kind of ass, so it's okay, we're gonna work with it. Cause remember, the whole point of an outfit is to get somebody's attention, and he got these girls' attention when they looked up and saw this mysterious figure, and in their heads they're thinking, who the fuck is this? But while all the girls are looking at Daredevil, so does the bald motherfucker, and as soon as he turns around to see what they're looking at, Daredevil decides to do this.
Yo, are you good in the head? This nigga just seen Daredevil do all of this superhuman shit, and instead of trying to make a run for it, he pulls this weapon out like it's gonna do something.
Now it's absolutely insane that this man saw Daredevil do all of this crazy ninja shit blindfolded. Can't even see the motherfucker eyes. But that alone ain't the issue. The issue is that this man decides to stay in the area, right, and fight back. But when he fights back, this nigga fucking sucks. Like, really, just look at this shit. Okay, first shot, he misses. Okay, whatever. Second shot, my nigga, I can't cut you no slack because you literally paused, stood still, held the shot a little bit, calculated the distance, and you still somehow managed to miss that shit point blank, bro. And dog, what the hell is this last shot? Like, did you even give a fuck at this point? You're trying to hunt down a moving target while your hand is non-stationary following the nigga at the same time. Like, who the fuck do you think you is? You was not John Wick. Chill. Bro just straight up unloading the clip, just hoping one of them bitches is gonna hit. But sadly for this gentleman right here, Daredevil hits his ass with that Batman Arkham City gun tutorial and gets right behind him like it ain't nothing. But because of Daredevil's keen innate sense of sound, he's able to use his sounds, in this case these loud ass footsteps on top of these containers, to manipulate this bald motherfucker into thinking he's in a location where he ain't. Y'all tell me, while this man is walking clueless, don't know where the hell he going, Daredevil just walks from behind him just out of nowhere on some nonchalant shit and decides to pull off this Nightwing trick shot. And the first thing that I thought to myself while watching this scene was, not only is this dope as hell, but how in the world this man managed to do this? Like, he makes me want to go blind. You telling me that if I go blind, I could do some trick shots like this? Bro, sign me up. Now hold on though, let's not forget this big motherfucker right here, cause I need you to tell me what's wrong with bro. Because while this man is sitting back eating his damn food, not doing shit, he watches this man get pieced up in the head and still doesn't say shit. But it's what he decides to do afterwards is what's of concern. He just witnessed somebody get laid out completely and decides to stare Daredevil down while he picks up his weapon and hits his goofy ass with it. But now that I'm thinking about it, bro really ain't had that many options, because we all know for damn sure this man is not running or swimming or doing any type of physical activity to get away from Daredevil. None of that shit would have been effective. I'm glad he accepted his fate. Matt frees up these girls that were held captive in these containers and they all scared of his ass. I mean, shit, I would be too. If I see a man that's masked up, can't see shit, and he's out here 1v50, 1v100 some niggas that's got numbers on him, guns and all types of shit with nothing but his fist, nigga, I will be screaming, hitting straight up Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston notes, let me tell you. But just when you think it's all over, this nigga right here decides, instead of taking his L like a man, he wanna reload again this weak ass gun to take Daredevil out like it's gonna do something. And with the one and only chance that this man gets at popping Daredevil, he misses. Now instead of laying on the ground like he should have been doing, he really gets to get his ass beat, cause he takes away that weak ass gun and gets straight to business. And look at his face. Yeah, you know you fucked up. I mean, he channels his inner Pops and goes the fuck off. Like, god damn, Matt, I see you got some anger there, buddy. But beyond all of that, the craziest thing thus far is that all of this shit so far is just the intro, which means we are literally just getting started. So let's get some quick backdrop.
Now we already know who this is. This is Mac Murdock, who is a defensive attorney. He's blind and he 1v50 like 100 niggas. That's really all you need to know about him. And then you got this dude right here whose full government name is Franklin Foggy Nelson. And yes, y'all gonna get the full government name, so write this down. All you need to know about this dude is that he's not only a defensive attorney, but he does not play about his money nor his business.
And together, the two defense attorneys have a firm called Nelson and Murdoch, right? The issue is, them niggas ain't got shit, because just like any other business in his life, you gotta get that shit off the ground. So the two of them meet up with this property manager so they could get that shit started. And while Matt is low-key digging the place, his partner Nelson is not fucking with that shit at all. My boy Nelson tells the property manager, hey look, please excuse us, my partner over here does not understand that we are broke as fuck. And the two of them start arguing back and forth about the reason why they're broke as fuck, which is the way they choose to pick their clients. So you got Matt over here that's willing to defend the innocent by any means. And I mean by damn near any means. He will literally defend your ass as long as it means he can get some clients rolling in. Nelson, on the other hand, is like, look, bruh, fuck all that shit. We need money, nigga. I need money. So as you can see, Nelson is a straight up businessman from the top down. Now, one thing I want to know is, whose perspective do you align with most? Do you align with Matt's perspective in defending the innocent, even if it means free of cost? Or Nelson's approach of, hey, look, I'll defend your ass, but you gonna have to pay me up front. And speaking of clients, these niggas finally get a breakthrough, because tell me why. You got this random ass girl looking at this dead body and she can't believe what she's seeing. She's in awe. But unfortunately for old girl, she does not have any type of time to be in awe, because the motherfucking cops just pull up in the scene like, hey, put your hands up. Shorty is straight up crying in distress, telling them that
wasn't me.
But 12 ain't feeling that shit, because in their eyes, she's guilty, so they book her ass ASAP. Now remember, with Franklin being a defense attorney, it makes sense that along his way, he makes connections. In this case, he got a connection with the cop that he bribes from time to time to get some very valuable information. Turns out the very valuable information has to do with the old girl who just got arrested for something she allegedly ain't commit. Franklin and Matt gets noticed that she just got booked, so they head straight over there. But the only thing is, Shorty don't know who the fuck these two niggas are. So when they pull up to the scene and tell these detectives, hey, we her lawyer, she looking at them like, who the fuck are y'all? The two of them sit down with her naturally being on guard, so they try to break the ice.
Can you tell us what happened? Why don't we start with what we know then? You were found in your apartment with one Daniel Fisher,
Who appears to be the victim of a homicide, and currently you're the only suspect in this page.
Who the hell are you guys?
I'm Matt. He's Foggy. Our practice is relatively young, Miss Page, and we are aggressively pursuing new clientele.
So how long have you been practicing law?
Time is it?
It's 12:22 a.m.
About 7 hours.
What? Oh, I can't believe this shit!
You've never done this before?
If you were to hire us, then yes, you would be our first client.
Man, hell nah, bro. You got me all the way fucked up. If I'm getting charged with a crime that I know damn well I ain't commit, and I got two random motherfuckers pulling up to me talking about, hey sir, we heard about your case and we were wondering if you would like to be our first clients. Man, fuck no. At that point, I'm already knowing I'm getting scammed.
I don't have any money.
Well, it was lovely to meet you, Miss Page.
Hey, what I tell y'all, this nigga Foggy is all about his money. This dude funny as fuck. Now Matt gets straight to the point with her. He tells her, hey look, we ain't got no clients and you ain't got no money. So I think we could, help each other out a little bit. And after saying that, she finally starts to open up and tells them everything that she knows. And essentially she tells them that the man that died she used to work with at a place called Union and Allied Construction. She then goes on to tell them that the guy that died worked downstairs while she worked as a secretary. Very important, remember that.
I didn't know him very well, but he was always nice, But it's hard to meet people in the city, so I asked him if he would have a drink with me.
You asked him.
Like I said, he was a nice guy.
Boy, let me tell you, it's already hard enough to get motherfuckers to plan some shit and actually go through with it. But you telling me she's asking you out? Just marry her. Be like, hey look, we going to Mars for our honeymoon. Fuck all that. But sadly, their date did not go well at all, because she tells them that they went out to get some drinks, and after taking like what, 2-3 shots, her ass just wakes up with the nigga already dead. After telling this story and going into details about it, she dead starts pleading with Matt and Foggy because she knows how crazy all of this sounds. So Matt uses his super hearing to hear this girl's heartbeat, and while she's talking, he hears she's telling the truth. Her heart racing fast in the motherfucker. Back at their apartment, the two of them are going over this girl's case. And y'all already know how Foggy is with this business shit. So he tells Matt, hey look, best thing we can do is accept the deal, maybe get it from first degree murder down to manslaughter. She do about 5-10 years in the pen, she'll be alright. But despite that, Matt tells Foggy, I don't think she did it. Bro, she was found at the scene covered in blood with the murder weapon. We do not want this to go to trial. No, they don't want us to go to trial. Because why hasn't she been charged yet? In response to this, Foggy tells them they gotta collect the evidence. So then Matt comes back and tells them, bro, they got the evidence. You just said it. And we should have been seeing her ass on the news. Something about this case ain't right. I can feel it.
All right, I'm just gonna say this once and we can move on. You don't necessarily show the best judgment when beautiful women are involved.
How would I even know if she's a beautiful woman?
I don't know. It's kind of spooky, actually. But if there's a stunning woman with questionable character in the room, Matt Murdock's gonna find her, and Foggy Nelson is gonna suffer.
All right. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Hey, hold on. Don't tell me this man, Matt Murdock, is on some Stevie Wonder shit with the women playing this blind card. Let me find out. Now, after some hard convincing, Foggy finally gives in and goes along with what Matt is saying. But he says, hey, even though this girl might be innocent, that don't mean she telling the whole truth, because if she ain't did it, who did? But before we can even find that out, while she's sleeping in jail, out of nowhere, this random guard goes up to her, covers her mouth, picks her up, and starts choking the absolute fullest of life out of her. And I ain't gonna lie, this situation did not look good for this girl at all, because while she's getting choked out, her head tilting to the side and shit, finna transition up out of this life. That's how you know you damn near cooked. But this girl said, I ain't done yet. So she claws the literal flesh off this nigga's face. Then she backs his big ass against the wall, elbows him so she can crawl away and actually get some help. And boy, when Matt and Foggy found out about this shit, they went straight back to detectives and told they ass straight up, hey look, we want you to free our client. Now at first, the detectives were not going at all. So Matt turns the heat up and tells they ass straight up, I don't think y'all want this type of lawsuit. I do find it kind of weird how my client's cell cameras turned off magically right when somebody attempted to take her life. Don't that sound kind of weird? Also, the fact that y'all were required to charge her 4 hours ago and right now as we're speaking, you haven't done it. Upon hearing this, one of the detectives whispers in his buddy's ear to kind of reconsider their harsh stance. And y'all, get the nerve of this guy, because he tells them, okay, fine, I'll call the ADA, but you take that tone up with me again, I don't care if you blind, I'll whip your ass. Now let me tell you, Matt got a whole lot more composure than me, because if I know I got superpowers and I'm blind, I would have told this nigga, hey look, we could go outside and you can get your ass kicked by a blind nigga, what's up? With Matt being in detective mode himself, he is still trying to figure out this whole case. So he tells Nelson something ain't right. And with further elaboration, he goes on to say that he thinks that somebody else was in the apartment when all of this shit went down. And Matt thinks that that person who was there might have some evidence. When hearing this, Foggy gets hella confused, because he's saying, when they have to turn that shit over? Yeah, only if they officially charge her. But if she hangs herself, then all of this go away. When Matt and Foggy get back to the crib with Shorty, they get straight to the point with her. First they ask her, do you have a place to stay? She like, yeah, shit, not no more. Look, if they tried to take your ass out at that jail, they gon' for sure try to do it again at your crib. You staying here tonight. Second, they ask her, do you know who's trying to kill you? Because it's obvious somebody is trying to take her out. She like, no. So then Matt asks her, do you know why? That's when she goes into detail about everything. And to break this shit down, simply put, a little while ago at the company that she used to work for, they started to get some money. And her sole job while working in the financial department of her company was to oversee all the transactions and shit. And one day she got emailed some shit that was meant for her boss, but she got it instead. And when she opened that shit up, nigga, she saw money she ain't never seen before. Her dumb ass, instead of shutting the fuck up, goes to her boss and tells her what she saw in that email. Like, why would you do that? He laughs in her face, trying to gaslight her with the intention that she doubts herself. He then tells her that they were just talking theoretical numbers in the email. No, the fuck they weren't. Now Danny, the man who died in her apartment, yeah, he worked in the legal department in the same company that she's in. This girl fucks up again by asking him out to some drinks and then tells him, or starts to tell him, all the shit that she's seen in the email. Then she telling Matt and Foggy, man, I don't know how they knew. Bitch, I don't know, maybe because you told your boss some shit that you probably shouldn't have told him, and then you telling a nigga that worked in the legal department of the same company that you work for, some shit that you probably shouldn't have said. Maybe that's how. Y'all, let this be the lesson of the day. Mind your motherfucking business, especially when we talking billions, possibly trillions of dollars. Bro, you don't have to worry about me telling a soul. She started getting hella emotional, talking about, I can't have nobody else dying because of me, and she tries to dart out the place. Foggy puts a stop to that, talking about, we can't allow that. You gotta stay here, or at least with us. And y'all, this nigga Matt think he's slick. He tells her, hey, look, you can come back to my personal place, just me and you. You know, I could keep myself safe, but I could also keep you safe while you over there. Now, back at his place, she tells him, hey, my clothes all wet from the rain. Can I borrow one of your shirts? And he like, hell yeah. So he give her one of his shirts, and Shorty starts changing in front of him because he's blind. But between me and y'all, this man Matt is not fooling me with this blind shit, bro. I see what you trying to do, but look, I ain't gonna hate. Do your thing, brother. But because he is quote unquote blind, this girl got a whole trifecta of questions she want to ask this man. She talking about, oh my god, are you really blind? Like, how does it feel to be blind? Do you remember when you could see? Like, was it nice when you could see? Like, what are you asking this man? So after she done ask about 5,000 questions, Matt like, okay, now it's my turn to ask you some questions. And the first thing that he asked her is, why the hell did these people want to keep you alive? Because they could have been done away with you the first time around, but they left you alive. Why? Because you must have something that they want, and that something is the Union Ally pension file. Now, if shit ain't been heating up, it's really finna start heating up, because he applies even more pressure on old girl and asks her point blank, do you have the file? And to apply even more pressure on top of the pressure that he's already applying, before she can even give a response, he is listening to her heartbeat, so he knows if she's gonna bullshit him.
Did you keep the file, Karen?
No.
You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
As soon as I asked my boss about it, he took it away from me. And the IT guys, they came and they wiped the computers. Believe me, part of me wishes I'd made a copy for myself, but I guess I'm just not that smart.
Oh, you definitely not that smart, because this is your third time striking out. The first time was telling your boss, which is arguably the worst thing that you can do in a situation like this. Second, you out here telling a man at your company your whole life story. And then third, when you get to the one and only two niggas that are willing to believe you when everyone else don't even care to believe you, you wanna sit here and la 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 la. Like, why? But guess what? She ain't done doing the dumbass shit, because she gets up in the middle of the night, and while she thinking all this shit is finna go unnoticed, she attempts to sneak out of this nigga Matt's place, all while he peeping what the fuck is going on. And out of all the places that this dumbass girl could have went to, she decides that it's gonna be a good idea to go back to her own place to retrieve the file. You know, the one thing that these motherfuckers is trying to kill her over? Oh yeah, let's just do that. Mind you, this bitch done already said that these people clearly ain't got no problems following her. So why the fuck would you go outside at nighttime, back to your crib, with no weapons, no nothing, shit, barely even no clothes on? Like, what the fuck are we doing? So it's to no surprise when Shorty goes into her crib and goes into her little secret hiding spot and retrieves the file, that her dumbass decides to just stand there and gets jumped by some random nigga. Like, you just suck. Your ass suck. You not surviving no horror movies. You dead. Now we're in a situation to where not only does this nigga got the file in his hands, but he is literally moments away from UK stabbing the fuck out of this girl. But fortunately for this dumbass girl, right when she needed some divine intervention the most, this nigga shows up. Not Matt Murdock. No. Motherfucking Daredevil, bitch. And damn, do these niggas get straight to scrapping. I mean, your eyes cannot leave this screen for not even a nanosecond. These boys is straight on some Anakin, Obi-Wan type of timing. They don't even gotta say not a word. All they gotta do is sense one another's presence, and they already know what time it is. So boom, after that failed stab attempt, Daredevil picks this boy up, drops his little ass onto the table, and surprisingly, this nigga gets up immediately afterwards like he ain't just get bodied. Bro, what what drugs are you on? But clearly them drugs is working because this man is not letting Daredevil rest for not even a moment. And with him applying all this pressure on the offense while at the same time having this sharp ass knife, it forces Daredevil to have to play the defensive end. But Daredevil's smart ass strategically uses his opponent's aggression against him, a pattern that he gonna keep on doing. And while trading blows back and forth, Daredevil uses this man's momentum against him and flips his little ass. And after doing a move like this, typically most niggas would have been done for in the fight, but not this man. Bro said I could be on that ninja shit too, so he lands like Chris Brown doing a motherfucking front flip, all just to get kneed up in his stomach. Like, gang, you should have just landed on your back and just took the ass beating. But then he starts to get sloppy. He tries to take Daredevil down to the ground with him just to get his ass beat on the ground, gets picked up, slammed against the wall, and falls on top of these lamps. How the fuck is your back still working, bro? Like, nigga, do you have netherite armor on your back or some shit? And then at this point, he just said, fuck it. He's swinging wild as hell, just hoping one of these attacks is gonna hit. And with being this deep into the fight, Daredevil is about sick and tired of this motherfucker's knife. So he turns into goddamn Ezio Auditore and runs across these walls, all to wrestle with this nigga to get the knife up off of him. But clearly that shit ain't working. So Daredevil takes it upon himself to say, fuck it, we both getting tossed out this motherfucking window. And I mean, shit, it worked. Bro ain't got the knife, but it came at the cost of him being on the ground pretty bad. And I mean so bad that this dude starts getting flashbacks of his deceased father. Damn.
Let's go. Finish up.
I'm tired, Dad.
Hey, I don't want you to end up like your old man. I never studied.
Look where it got me. Come on, Maddie. Get to work.
But I don't think y'all understand. When his father told him to get to work, this man got to motherfucking work. Now we finna see what being locked in really look like. Daredevil, while still being on the ground, waits for bro to charge at him so he can hit him with a nice jab into a heavy ass haymaker. But he tries to get too greedy and he spams another one. But only this time, this nigga is already anticipated. So he weaves the haymaker and catches this nigga off guard completely. And he gets his whole entire body picked up off the ground. Now in real life, if you ever get caught in a position like this, I ain't even gonna lie to you, your ass is damn near gonna either be dead or paralyzed. There's just no way out of this. But in Daredevil case, my man survives the back blow. But one thing you gotta give this thug credit for is that this motherfucker do not waste time. So he springs on top of Daredevil and starts choking the life out of him. But Matt said Pops ain't raised no quitter, so he uses everything that he got to get this nigga up off of him. Then while both being on their knees, the two of them are just trading blows, shots straight to the face. Then this man drop kicks Daredevil so he can get the knife back. And when he gets the knife, Matt Murdock said, you know what, fuck this shit. Let me go 80-85% on your ass. Like this nigga going full ninja mode doing circle kicks and shit. But then we get to arguably the dopest scene in this whole entire episode thus far. Matt tries to disarm bro out of his knife. But right before he can do so, this man drops the knife from his right hand into his left hand and tries to cut him up. If this was any regular human being, I ain't gonna lie, bro would have won the fight. But this ain't no regular human being that he dealing with. And because of that, Daredevil effortlessly dodges this nigga's attacks. But what he also does effortlessly is takes this nigga's arm, flips his whole entire body onto the ground, and fucks his shit up so he can drop the knife. But remember what I said earlier in the fight, how Daredevil uses this man's aggression against him. Well shit, he does it again, because instead of just a minute defeat and staying his dumb ass on the ground, this man wants to get right back up and with his weak ass one arm pick up this knife and tries to back Daredevil against a corner. Like that's gonna do something. When in reality, all that it does is give Daredevil the perfect, and I mean perfect, opportunity to finish this nigga off on some Azula versus Katara shit. And let's just say bro got his ass beat the fuck down. I mean, god damn, this motherfucker Daredevil just dedicated the last remaining of his soul into these hits. Like, bruh, this is pure anger right here, man. But hey, look, once again, Matt thinking he's slick. This nigga know damn well he ain't got no energy left. This nigga see old girl pull up and decides, you know what, let me just get up on some, cool shit. And after getting up, he literally just takes Buddy to the police station and just frames his ass for all the bullshit that been going on in this case. So with old girl being free from this case once and for all, she repays Matt and Foggy with this, I guess, home cooked meal. Like, shorty, what the fuck is this shit? Cause now, hold on. Now I'm getting pissed off. You telling me I done risked my life multiple times to save your ass. You lied to me, never apologized for the shit. I still had to save your ass. And it's the shit that you got me, bro. I need lasagna, spaghetti, motherfucker bread, corn. I need a whole buffet in my crib for you to repay even half the shit that I did for your ass. The fuck?